Well, I think for Bates and Rane to kind of have a chance in this one, they're going to have to battle the firefights. Jardim and Todd, we're seeing a lot more aggression coming out of them, potentially than what we saw last year. So Rane and Bates played Jardim and Todd in Punta Gorda. It was relatively close, but Todd and Jardim just proved to be too powerful and moved the ball around a little too much. And I think that's similar to what we're going to see right here. I expect Todd and Jardim to come out and be very aggressive.
Oh, nice job there from Jardim, coming on front foot, leading with that. Put away that two-handed backhand.
Yeah, that's power that we were talking about with Todd. Steps up, takes that ball early, gets on top of it, and hits down hard at Millie Rane.
Unforced error there from Parris Todd on the backhand side. You see Jardim tried to step in and take that. Read the poach. Unfortunately, doesn't get enough on it.
Not sure what happened right there. The ball just didn't quite come up for Bates.
That's a nice little hand battle right there, won by Shelby Bates. Great job of her stepping in and taking control there, and that's what you're going to see from her. She's going to be aggressive like that and step in.
Yeah, good trigger pull there from Todd. Goes back behind Rane, crosses her up.
Nice ball there from Millie Rane, going right at the body of Jardim, who is in transition area. Tough spot to be right there, a couple 3, 4, 5 feet in front of the baseline.
Good trigger pull there from Millie Rane. Taking a look of it, just takes a step back.
Nice job by Bates and Rane stepping into some balls, but what they did, they didn't hit at 190%. They were at like 60, create some shape and dip to that ball, and it makes Jardim and Todd have to hit up.
Yeah, that lob just not quite high enough from Jardim right there. Millie Rane taking care of that one quite easily.
Definitely like the way that Bates and Rane have stepped up here early, kind of sending a message, we're here, we're ready to compete. We know you're the 1 seed. We're going to give you everything we got here.
Yeah, so both Rane and Bates doing an excellent job here speeding up, kind of what we call those dead dinks, where it's just a ball back. It's not really putting any pressure on.
Now, I like that return, right? There's what we'd consider like a float return. What happens on that with that float return from Todd? It forces your opponent to have to create all the power and all the energy. Ooh, and did Bates get it? Our view is blocked right of that sideline right there, and I think she did. She may have gotten it. Let's check it out here. It's almost self-defense. She gets it down. Beautiful shot there from Shelby Bates.
Oh, good hands battle there between Rane and Todd, but Todd coming out on top with how short and compact those swings were. We see that short forehand. Todd just walking through that drop.
And it's all fine and dandy when Todd's winning that hands battle up at the kitchen line, but it earned the side out. But if you can't win those battles on your serve, no points. Quick side out to Bates and Rane trying to add to their lead.
Yeah, good setup dinks there from Jardim. She tested Rane's hands early in the point. Rane was sitting all over the forehand, so she went back to pushing her out wide with the cross-court dink. Yeah, we see that.
Wow, right there.
Forehand there again from Parris Todd. There's almost no backwards movement on that forehand right there. She just opens up the hand and then powers through.
Now, Chad, they got to answer, though, on their serve. Well, that's such a good ball by Jardim. Now, I know she's apologizing, right? But that's a purposeful shot. She goes right at the shoulder of Bates. It's hard, one, to get out of the way, two, to get your paddle up there.
2-5-1.
Ball's just wide there from Rane, trying to pull Jardim out off the court.
And Jardim and Todd do answer. Now back within 2, 3-5 here. Almost midway through game number 1. Winner moves on to the winner bracket final.
A good spot there from Bates. It's a little misdirection. Doesn't try to overhit it, just rolls it off the paddle.
3-5-2.
And that ball just clips the tape for Jardim and sets up nicely for Rane. She's able to get on top of that, Chad.
Yeah, Jardim looking for the misdirect after going backhand, cross-court there with Bates. You see the little backhand misdirect, but catches the net, sits up nicely.
Nice spot there from Jardim. Just when you think she's going to dink that back cross court, she pulls a little two-hander flip in the middle and catches Rane off guard.
5-3-2.
Oh, Rane was all over that. Certainly doesn't want to miss that one after such a good setup.
3-5-1.
And a quick side out.
A little miscommunication right there. I think Jardim thought that Todd was going to take that. She doesn't, kind of catches Jardim off guard. Yeah, tough ball, Chad. Decision right there. Tough because it's the high part of the net too, right?
Yeah, it's a tough to go down the line with that speed up there, but there was a little bit of hesitation there from Jardim.
5-3-1.
And Bates ends up in full split mode there, trying to get that ball off the tape. Parris Todd with a half fake.
I'm not getting up after that one. Just,
no.
Just to say.
5-3-2.
I'm still there right now.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Wow, what a spot, right, Chet? Go ahead.
But that was an early decision from Jardim right there. There was no hesitation in that one at all. She recognized that the ball was going to float, reached in, took it early, and then she's able to read where Bates is, whether she's going to go back behind her down the line. I think Jardim got away with one there. She got the first floater and didn't do anything with it.
4-5-1.
Oh, and Todd, it kind of, I think, tripped on her own foot, feet, right? Yeah. It's either her own foot or the center service line that jumped up and grabbed her, but she does go down, and as she's on her way down, she ended up trying to hit that and goes long.
Yeah, it's a tough one. You'll see there speed up with the backhand and then trying to come back over and give Jardim room. Rane does a good job of going back at the body, so then Todd had to make the decision on whether she's going to go forehand or backhand, and that backhand tripped her up.
4-5-2.
Oh, nice job by Rane getting on top of that. Bates starts the speed up, and a good speed up, forcing the pop up, and Rane able to put that ball away with the forehand. Still with a 1-point lead are the 5 seed, Bates and Rane.
Yeah, Todd knew the speed up was coming from Rane right there. Rane didn't really disguise that or hide that at all. But Todd catching it that one too late.
Again, catching Bates off guard. The nice little speed up there from Jardim. Keeps it in, and second server here for Rane and Bates. Still with the 2-point lead.
6-4-2.
Oh, and not only does Bates hit that ball out, but she gets called for a foot fault as well.
Yeah, we saw that big take back for the overhead there from Bates.
4-6-1.
Just long from Jardim, and Chad, why does that ball end up going long?
Well, it was almost identical with Bates' swing. We saw Jardim take such a big backswing that she catches it flat when it's behind the body.
What a setup. I mean, that's just a veteran move right there from Jardim. She knows she can't speed that up 100% because if it does, it's going out. It's like 50%. It's a bait ball to Rane, and Rane can't get on top of it because she's not expecting it at that moment.
Good job from Rane, counter-attacking the speed up there from Todd, but Todd able to get it down to the feet of Bates. Not much she could do with that one.
Ambitious at best. Yeah, that was.
See Jardim laughing at herself on the court right now.
Yeah, I don't think that was there at all.
6-6-1.
A good spot again there from Jardim. Almost want to see Bates let that one bounce, get into a defensive position and just block it. Tried to reach out for it, but catching it at the end of the paddle.
6-6-2.
And then misses the serve.
So combating one mistake with two, not what you want to do in pickleball since points are so quick. You got to let that last point go, get right back in it.
Miscommunication.
The miscommunication in the middle, forcing the error. Second server here for Jardim and Todd.
6-6-2.
See Bates running through that return, not quite setting a feet.
7-6-2.
See, right there, the mistake, in my opinion, from Todd and Jardim is you have Bates, who's made a few mistakes in a row. They went away from her. I think you need to go at someone who's making mistakes. Make them force a change.
Good spot there from Jardim, going behind the left foot of Millie Rane.
6-7-2.
Todd was not fooled by that misdirection from Rane. Sitting all over that two-handed backhand, just ripping it for a winner.
So a little towel off time here for Jardim and Todd as they come back in with a 1-point lead. They've been trailing this whole match so far, but now have a 1-point lead
7-6-1.
on first server here. Trying to take game number one.
Yeah, good read by Rane, recognizing that Jardim was sliding to a left to clear the forehand. Todd didn't slide with her and just left a big gap through the middle.
7-6-2.
Oh, Millie Rane doing such a much better job at reading that speed up for Jardim.
Yeah, and like you said, they're predominantly going at Rane, but it's been Bates that has made the errors in this one.
6-7-1.
Ball sails just deep.
And again, Chad, it's a bait ball right there for me. Jardim knows that, Rane is wanting to speed that up, so she leaves it a little juicy, but almost not enough to her forehand that she can do anything with it.
That ball was sailing off the paddle, no doubt. Todd, paddle face just a little too open when she tried to slice. Good 1-2 from Parris Todd.
Just dotting the right thigh of Shelby Bates here.
It's another bait ball there example where she wanted Bates to speed that one up. Just a little late on the timing there from Todd. Paddle not getting in position soon enough, and the ball got on her too quickly.
7-7-2.
a little too big right there from Bates. She brings that paddle way back instead of just being short, compact. Keep that paddle in front of you and just roll that ball down.
8-7-2.
Oh, after the pickup from Todd, somehow kept it in. Good spot there. Throwing off the timing of Jardim. We see that pickup.
7-8-1.
Back to a 1-point lead here for Jardim and Todd. Bates and Rane trying to get back in control here. They've been in control early. Just such a good spot. I mean, it's the old adage, placement over power, right? And she hits the right spot there, does Jardim.
Well, and that's mid-match adjustment right there too. Knowing with Rane on the right side there, she'd counterattack the two misdirects that Jardim had hit. Ball just deep.
Wait. Give it up. 9-7-1.
Just when it's going bad, it's going bad. So it started to kind of snowball here for Bates and Rane.
No timeout either.
Nope. That's a tough drop there for Millie Rane. You're bringing in one of the most athletic women in the game, Parris Todd. She's front foot, dialed in, and her and Jardim taking game number 1, 11-7. We'll see what answers Rane and Bates have coming up for you in game number 2.
Having a tough time getting better? Our 3-day Level Up Pickleball camps feature a low student pro ratio and offer personalised training from the best pros in the game. Level Up will take you full circle through the point building process by teaching proper stroke mechanics, positioning and winning game strategies. Each camper also receives a personalised before and after video, an instructional manual, product discounts and more. Discover how good you can be with Level Up Pickleball camps. Visit us today at leveluppickleballcamps.com.
The Pro XR pickleball paddle answers the age-old question of how to get paddle speed and control with the same paddle and one grip, and this is it. Pro XR gives you more spin, greater control, and quicker reloads on every shot in the game because you always have that constant feel for that leverage and control and paddle speed that we're all looking for. Pro XR is the most revolutionary technology in pickleball.
The 2023 APP Daytona Beach Open is sponsored by Skechers, Power Play Pickleball Central, and Selkirk.
Welcome back to Championship Court here at the 2023 APP Daytona Beach Open. Game 1 going to Simone Jardim and Parris Todd by a score of 11-7. Bates and Rane had control early, Chad, but it was all Jardim and Todd late. They take a 1-0 lead in games, trying to move on to the winner bracket final.
Yeah, Bates getting a little too big with the backswing there again on the forehand. She's definitely got the power, but she's trying to do too much with those swings.
Yeah, right there, a little overhit. And I like the ball. The approach is right as far as what ball to take out of the air. Do I take that out of the air? Yes, but the swing is just too big.
Oh, what a get from Parris Todd. That ball was by her, and somehow she still manages to drop that down into the net. Bates missing with the open court there behind Jardim.
Oh, what a ball there from Bates. But again, it's the in-game adjustment. She did not get big. She just rolled that ball through the middle.
I don't think she had any option on that one right there. You'll see she's full extension on that ball and just catches it off the end of the paddle. Rushing that drop there.
Nice leave there, and again, on the flip side, it's a bait ball there from Bates and Rane. Jardim biting, trying to roll that ball in, but goes about 3 feet long. Ooh, that's a nice ball right there from Shelby Bates as she goes down the sideline, keeping that ball in, and now Bates and Rane back within one here at 2-3 in game number 2, trying to force a third game. Again, it's in-game adjustments, Chad. You've talked about it before. What's the in-game adjustment that's going on here for Rane and Bates?
No, they're getting their opportunities and they're taking their licks when they get it. But they've shortened up the swings. They're going for spots over power.
Oh, the ATP, and she goes up. She's pointing at anyone who's watching right now. But what an ATP there from Shelby Bates. The ball from Jardim just rolls over, and she's got a clear shot winner around the post.
No, just wide.
Ball just wide. Good spot there. Getting behind both Bates and Rane. So we're continuing to see right now that it's the spot over the power that is being more effective. And as I say that, Parris Todd just steps in and rips one.
Well, that's exactly what Parris Todd loves. Ripping that two-hander right there. She goes right at the body and ties this game up at 4-piece.
A good spot there from Bates. Jardim trying to drop down to a knee and just block it.
That's such a good speed up down the line. But again, Bates getting caught with a big swing right there.
Yeah, and added she was sitting on the forehand. Todd reading that going to the backhand, so the delay getting there.
Now the movement right there from Bates and Rane, as soon as the ball got just high enough, both of them were in complete retreat mode, backing up, trying to gain some ground. put them on their heels, and a 2-point lead here for Jardim and Todd. Finally finding that spot, Chad.
Yeah, good spots. Weren't trying to overhit any of those balls, but they were using the angles, and we saw Bates open up that hole in the middle a little bit.
Watch Jardim just slide to her left, just enough to get on top of this ball, punch that down the line.
Oh,
wow, what a get from Bates just to keep it in play. Todd had so much time.
And a lot of options right there. Probably the best option was just going, she's almost on top of the net, just go an angle back toward us, cross court. Both Rane and Bates were back at the baseline.
And a timeout here from Simone Jardim and Parris Todd. And what has been the difference, and why would Jardim and Todd burn a timeout here, Chad? They still got a lead, and they're up by 1.
Yeah, they've still got a lead, but Bates and Rane have made their adjustments, brought this one back closer. But I think more so, and this is probably that, I would say that that timeout came from Jardim right there.
The veteran.
Todd definitely frustrated with missing that easy ball. So instead of allowing that to kind of simmer and keep cooking for a little bit, it's kind of like, hey, let's distinguish the fire right now and move on.
Well, that's a veteran right there who's also a coach, right? She's had so many years of coaching in tennis, now in pickleball. That's a coach taking over the mindset, right? Let's not combat one mistake with two. Let's take a timeout. We got him. We don't get a refund for him at the end of the tournament. Let's use it right now. That's a quality timeout right there.
And she gets another shot at a sitter. This time doesn't try to do too much with it, just gets on top of it, puts it in a good spot. Nice overhead and movement there from Millie Rane.
When you talk about a huge jump scissor kick there from Millie Rane.
Yeah, we see two scissors right there, and she's back. And
yeah, just gets jammed up right there a little bit. Doesn't clear her feet. Kind of trying to short hop that. And another point here and a 2-point lead for Jardim and Todd.
And one thing to watch right now with Jardim and Todd is they're not rushing up to the kitchen line. Right? They're doing a full transition. They make a good drop, move into a good position. They're not trying to force anything.
Wow.
Shake bag.
I mean, you talk about the epitome of being short and sweet with your swing, and that's Parris Todd. But it comes from, Chad, we talk about repetition, right? It's not always about game reps. It's about practice. It's about that muscle memory. Talk a little bit about that and what Parris Todd does so well.
Well, and that's one of the things that Todd's been working at so much as of late is finding the power, but in that more compact swing. One of the big things for tennis players, especially coming over into pickleball, is that you're playing on a bigger court. You've got more time. You can take that bigger swing to generate the power. When you get into these situations here in pickleball, and we're only, let's say, most of the time 14 feet away at the kitchen line, but in that instance probably closer to 17, 18 feet, it's still a third of the distance that you're used to in tennis. So being able to find that load where you just open up and then can accelerate through and really put that power through your finish rather than generating with the backswing.
So 9-5 lead here for Jardim and Todd, cruising along here now in game number 2.
Oh,
just the ball off the tape. And not only does it pop up off the tape, it pops off of the tape, had backspin on it, so it kind of died. Bates trying to run that down, can't do it, and it is game and match point here for Jardim and Todd.
just missed on the serve there, a little wide. Bates and Rane, another opportunity to try to close this gap.
Ooh, that was dangerous right there in the middle as both Rane and Bates are going for that ball. Almost a collision.
A good spot from Rane. Judging again, sliding to the left to try to clear the forehand. She gets that ball just behind the backhand of Todd.
So they answer, they get one back, but got to fight off now 2 more match points from Parris Todd and Simone Jardim. She wanted that one. She stepped over immediately as that ball got in her wheelhouse.
So the detriment to that one is she had too much time. She overthought with that one, and then by the time she did go to speed up, it was too late. Yeah, ball
yes.
Right inside the line. Good spot there from Rane. Going over the right shoulder of Jardim.
That's gutsy right there on match point. Trying to will it over is Shelby Bates with her body. Can't do it. They do have to answer here. You can't come up with a 0 on this service game. Such a good carve backhand there from Jardim, Chad.
Yeah, the heavy slice generating a lot of spin on that backhand just keeps the ball down. Bates not able to get underneath it, comes out flat.
Match point number 4 for Todd and Jardim. And they'll have to try it again here on match point number 5. Great job by Bates and Rane battling here to keep in it. Oh, trying to turn some defense into offense are Rane and Bates, but it is just too much Jardim and Parris Todd as they will move on to the winner bracket final 11-6, 11-7 in this 2 out of 3 here. We'll hear from Parris Todd and Simone Jardim coming up next.
For just a little bit more, I can get you unlimited minutes, data, and text, 6 hotspots, concert coupons, cable subscription, dental cleanings.
We need all that?
Do we need all that?
I wouldn't think so. You should use Consumer Cellular. They have everything you need, nothing you don't.
I'll throw in this tiny little fan. Car wash voucher. Light up soap dispenser.
Think you lost. Get the exact same coverage as the nation's leading carriers, all the talk, text, and data you need, starting at $20. Consumer Cellular.
We take a look at the key point in our previous matchup here with Todd and Jardim. Jardim with the finish back behind Millie Rane. And that brings up match point. Rane and Bates able to fight off 5 match points. But the finish from Parris Todd right there. We've got Dominic Catalano down on the court with our winners.
Back here on Championship Court, I am with Simone Jardim, Parris Todd. They are moving on to the winner bracket final. Simone, I'll start with you. You started off a little slow. Bates and Rane had a little momentum. What changed it in game number 1 for you guys?
Well, first of all, thanks. No, I think honestly, like coming in here, sometimes you can get a little gusty, and I think their returns were going really deep. The wind was picking up, and most of the time we were hitting thirds from 3 feet behind the baseline, which is then makes the job even harder to come in. Once we got a little bit better on that and a little bit balls in front, it was easier then to come in, which and then on that side, for sure, it's the advantage of being with the wind behind your back.
And then Parris, moving on to you. With that, it seemed like you guys were almost tempting them into speeding some balls up. You liked playing that. Was it something you were looking for there?
Yeah, no, we kind of tried to get a few bait balls and see what we could get from that. I like to kind of sit on both sides, so the ball's coming fast. I really like that, so it kind of worked for us as a good plan.
All right, and so Simone, moving on to that winner bracket final, what does it mean for you to move on to that winner bracket final and hopefully get into that gold medal match on Sunday?
Last time employed to always. Well, honestly, it's just for sure it's tough to be out here all day long and doing it again. For Parris is 3 days in a row. So for me, it's just I think playing clean, getting confidence, and moving on to tomorrow would be huge. But you know, we still gotta play.
All right, so next up here on Championship Court, well, first, congratulations,